I'm your host with the most Logan 23. You're joining me for Red Carpet Diaries, Chapter 13, Rock Bottom. Yesterday was a disaster. Your movie fell apart. The director quit. All your friends think you sold out their secrets to Gossip Blog, and you're hiding out in your apartment, feeling terrible, unsure what to do next, when you hear a knock on the door. Who's there? It's me. I figured you'd need a friend. You open the door, and Chaz is outside with 2 iced coffees and a box of donuts in hand. I love this man. You brought donuts? I don't think I've ever seen you eat a donut in my entire life. First time ever everything? Anyway, I figured you might need a pick-me-up. If I were Ethan Blake, it'd be a box of gourmet chocolates and a bottle of champagne, but since it's just me, you'll have to do. You open the box, 12 donuts are laid out inside, covered in sprinkles and a variety of frostings. A whole box. Things must have really been worse than I thought. You didn't even get old-fashioned glazed. Must have been worse than I thought. 1 donut I could understand, but even 2. I know you live by the cheat day, but it doesn't. If you think I need this much of a pick-me-up, we must be in a raging trash tornado territory. Jazz looks away, unable to meet your eyes. Let's just say your co-stars aren't the only ones who think you leaked their secrets. I guess Marcus and the rest of the crew probably think so too, huh? It's more than that. I think someone from the crew talked to Dirty Hollywood after yesterday's total disaster. I was gonna say story time, but yours is more on the nose. Anyway, they have a whole new story up today. He hands you his phone. Hitting them in the tender nothings, brutal blowout. Dirty Rails production. Co-star accused rising star Jessica of being backstabbing, self-serving, traitorous piece of garbage who hates puppies. That is... I do not hate puppies. Oh, come on, I love puppies. Yes! She's in the same mentality. You read through the article, an anonymous source told them everything about your co-stars' doubts, Victoria attacking you, Marcus leaving. Who could have told them all this? It makes the entire crew look bad. Whoever leaked this story just made a lot of enemies. Yeah, I doubt Victoria is as big a fan of the came at Jessica like a shrieking demon line. And Marcus can't be too thrilled to hear he's a prima donna who threw a total hissy fit. Assuming that translates, of course. Chaz sighs and reaches for his phone. Trust me, it doesn't get any bit better the longer you read. But I might be able to figure out who said all this about me and convince everyone it wasn't like that, and... Chaz shakes his head and holds up a hand. Honestly, it doesn't matter who the source on the story is. The damage is already done. At this point, I'm pretty sure both of our careers are over. That can't be true. Why would anyone blame you for this? Because you're worst client. In this town, an agent lives and dies on his reputation. And right now, my reputation is the guy who represents Hollywood's biggest train wreck. No, not the way I'd put it, obviously, but yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't realize this would ruin your life, too. Hey, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I bounce back so fast, and I'm pretty much made of rubber. Right now, I'm here to support you. Thanks, Chaz. You're such a good friend. Yeah, well, takes one to know one. 2 of you hug. I'm lucky to have you. Can I ask you something? Of course. You know I didn't leak everyone's secrets, right? That I didn't kill both of our careers just to hit the tabloids? Are you serious? It never even crossed my mind. You're not just saying that to make me feel better, are you? The carbs are here to make you feel better. I'm here to be your friend. And as your friend, I know it wasn't you. Selling out all your friends and co-stars, you would never do something like that. You're a good person, Jessica. Probably a little too good for this town. Yeah, well, maybe if you can get Dirty Hollywood to print that, people might believe it. Do you think You should call them? Dirty Hollywood? No, they're co-stars. Maybe now the initial shock was worn off, they'd hear you out. I guess it's worth a try. I'd call... Oh, no, we ain't calling Victoria. Matt, Tisha. Everyone chose... Okay, so hold on. Everyone was floored about what Victoria did, because some people were into Victoria. And then most people chose to go towards Matt. Some chose to go towards Tisha, but majority, I'd say, went towards Matt, right? And then Tisha just walks away. This one's tough, because the question is, do we want to call Matt and continue trying to patch things up, or do we want to call Tisha and get a different feeling? I'll call Matt, though. That's what you get for walking away, bitch. Good idea. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he has to. Right? Dial Matt's number. Hello? Ah, crap, it's you. Matt? I'm sorry, he can't come to the phone right now. Do I sound like Matt? Especially not for the likes of you. Please, I just want to talk. Haven't you done enough of that already? Oh. Should call Tisha. Maybe? So... I think calling him was a bad idea. I was afraid you might say that. You and Chaz pick at the donuts for a while, but you're both too depressed to enjoy them. Bullshit. You ever been really depressed? It's like the Wreck-It Ralph trailer, right? Where the cat keeps getting fed pancakes. That's what happens. I should get going. If I want to have any chance of retaining clients, I need to start busting some serious ass. Right. Thanks for coming over. I'm glad at least one person believes me. Chaz gives you a big hug and heads out. You pace back and forth through the apartment, getting increasingly anxious. Finally, unable to take anymore, you open the door and you need to at least get some air. But as soon as you make it outside... Jessica, how does it feel to single-handedly tank a movie? Bro, come on. Look around, paparazzi are swarming in every direction. Just push through them and ignore them. If you smile, it's gonna look like, ha, see, oh. You weave your way through the crowd, jaw set. Did you really ruin Rembrandt, Jessica? Just pretend you can't hear him. The cluster of cameras makes it almost impossible to get past. Wasn't killing one worker hard enough for you? Or did you have to take it out on an old master just to prove the point? Just don't cry. How do you feel about your career being over before it's begun? Totally overwhelmed by the paparazzi's continued needling, you push another aside with your elbow to get past. There it is! That's Jessica the tabloid readers have come to know and hate. This is too much. On the edge of tears, you push your way through the press of the paparazzi, head down. Feels like hours before you even make it back to the building. Desperately, you fling the door open and rush inside, slamming it closed behind you. You check the back staircase, but it's just as thronged. I guess I'm trapped in here. Awesome. You while away the rest of the afternoon, watching mindless television and trying to read. Finally, after what feels like years, the sun starts to drop in the sky. You peek out through the edge of the curtain. Most of the paparazzi are packing up. Probably still not safe to go far. No one would find me on the roof, though. Wait until the coast is mostly clear, and then sneak to the internal staircase leading to the rooftop. As you emerge, you spot Seth. Pause. Here's the thing for folks. I don't think Seth told anyone, because remember, we didn't tell all of Seth. Everything. Remember that. Sitting near the edge of the roof, watching the last disappearing traces of sunset. Turns at the sound of the door opening. Hey, Seth. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Well, I was about to launch into a personal interpretation of Fiddler on the Roof. I'm sure you won't mind if I just go ahead. I I'd never dream of keeping you from that. Actually, now that I think about it, night air is just too pleasant on vocal cords. Highly destructive levels of pleasantness. I've heard that. I'll sing for you next time. If I'm lucky. Past the rooftop beside him, you walk over and said, "Are we alone?" "I think so." No more paparazzi waiting to sell photos of us to the tabloids. No more fangirls ready to heckle me off the roof. You know how sorry I am about that, don't you? For sure. I'm sorry that, congenially incapable of not giving friends crap the minute I see them. Today of all days, I'm guessing you don't need that. You guessed right. Want to tell me about it? There's not much to tell. You must have seen the tabloids. I'm the most hated woman in Hollywood. I'm not sure there is much to say once they put stuff like that in print. Hey now, don't be so down. Are you seeing some positive slant on this? Some silver lining to ruining both my friends' lives and my entire future? Well, I think this might be the kind of thing that lands you on one of those celebrity dancing competitions. Just what I've always wanted. Okay, fair. This whole thing is utter crap, especially since anyone who has ever met you would know you could have never possibly done something like that. You really believe that? Of course I do. It takes about 3 minutes from meeting you to see that this is the exact opposite of your style. Besides, even if you were secretly a horrific, manipulative troll this whole time, there would be no reason to tank your own career so thoroughly. You can say that again. Besides, even if you were secretly a... Okay, stop. Not being literal. Feigning surprise, in spite of yourself, you laugh. Seth wraps an arm around your shoulders. Let me tell you something about a very wise woman once told me. Okay. Was it the woman downstairs that sees auras? She said that even when you're feeling like you've hit the bottom, and you're not sure you want to go after your dreams anymore, even then, you should never give up, because what we do is more important than a few terrible comedy sets or mean gossip blogs. This woman sounds vaguely familiar. This incredibly wise woman who happens to frequent seedy comedy booths with a paparazzi entourage told me to dust myself off and do it again. Oh, we haven't met her then. Oh, maybe this woman just had no idea what she was talking about. Or maybe she should listen to her own advice. Sigh heavily, and Seth pulls you in close for a hug. Oh, Iowa, it will be okay. Honestly, you'll get through this. You turn your head to look at him, at his kind eyes, at his gentle smile. For one moment, looking out over the city with Seth beside you, all the bad things seem to disappear. Jessica? It's just, bam, we're hitting you. I should take things further, get some sleep. You allow yourself to melt into the hug for a few seconds before pulling away. Thanks, Seth. You're an amazing friend. Hashtag friendzone. But I think that's what I really need right now, is to pass out so hard that I forget this happened. At least until morning. A wise course of action. What, no more pick yourself up, kiddo? Oh, pick yourself up for sure, but first, wallow a little. Every wise woman would encourage a good wallow. Might I also suggest a good whiskey? I'll keep that in mind. People wonder why I give some of these guys the, yeah, like this, kind of like rough voice. Because one, it's more manly. Two, most people who drink whiskey have kind of like, yeah, it's kind of seared the vocal cords. Little voice acting tip for folks. You give him a hug and head downstairs to bed. Fall asleep almost before your head hits the pillow. I don't think that's ever happened. I mean, I've fallen asleep in my chair years ago, but that's because I didn't sleep for like 6 days. But the next morning you wake up early feeling not good exactly, but distinctly less hopeless. Enough moping. I have to do something. You want to do a Colgate commercial? You make yourself coffee and breakfast, turning the TV to your favorite morning show. Is it? Yes! Hello and welcome, my pretties. Good morning, Hollywood. I'm your host, Leland St. James, and have I got some dish for you. Aw, no host with the most? I guess that was a one-time thing. By now, I'm sure you've all heard that my most delicious recent guest served up nasty on her co-stars. Picture flashes on screen. Nope, it just got a lot of worse. You thought you hit bottom? No. Yes, my love's Jessica may look sweet, but she plays salty. Shall we check in on her devastated co-stars? Oh yes, let's. Screen cuts to Matt walking down a busy street with his head down. Manager trailing behind him. Matt, oh, Matty. Leland St. James here. Can you tell Good Morning Hollywood viewers what happened? I'm sorry, Leland. I'm really not able to. Leave him alone, you parasite. Hasn't he gone through enough this week? Oh, that shows me. Now let me show you some exclusive footage of famed director Marcus von Groot. Oh, Lord. I don't think this is going to be well. The screen cuts to a puppet show of a little blonde doll in a wooden shoes stomping around. Oh. Looks like he's taken his tantrum all the way back to the Netherlands. Love it there, so quaint. So why go all the way to Holland when you can implode right in your own backyard? An obvious drunk, Victoria, puts a hand up in the direction of the camera. Get out of my face! I said go away! The camera jerks back suddenly as though she's pushed the cameraman, and she stomps off distinctively unsteady on her feet. Oh, that Victoria Fonte always has been a saucy one, and I mean that in every sense of the word. Unable to take it anymore, you turn off the TV. When a knock at the door rouses you. Well, I didn't hear anything about Tisha. I guess that wasn't important. You peek through the peephole. It's Gloria. Hello? Invite her in. You open the door just a few inches. Hey, Gloria. Do you want to come inside? I'm kind of laying low today. Oh, certainly. At my place. It's much safer over there. Safer from what? Have you seen paparazzi around my place today? I thought they were mainly in the parking lot, but... Gloria shakes her head rapidly and holds up a long, thin hand. No, dear. Safer from the spirits. The energy in your apartment, it's terrible. It's a veritable spiritual pileup. It's a wonder you were able to breathe in there. Right. My apartment, however, is optimized across all planes of existence. We'll be more comfortable there. Doesn't her apartment leak into yours? I'm just saying. Typically in different existences, there's no walls. You frown, uncertain, and look around the room. I don't know about my energy flows, but I think I'll lose my mind if I don't leave this apartment for another day. That sounds nice, Gloria, thank you. I knew you'd think so. Did the spirits tell you that? She turns and walks a few feet to her apartment. You follow her. When you step inside, your jaw almost drops to the ground. I'm guessing old portraits from when she was acting. Oh look, a crystal ball, a crystal pyramid, and some sort of heart. The apartment is gorgeous, filled with beautiful furniture, tasteful fixtures, and dozens of old movie posters. Wow, Gloria. Your place is beautiful. Of course it is, dear. Like I said, it's optimized for all planes of existence. Oh, shut up. On this plane, I prefer looking at nice things to looking at ugly ones, don't you? I do. There you have it. She totters off into the kitchen. Have a seat, dear. I'll make us tea. Settle in to a pile of plush, rich-feeling pillows on a vintage couch. Soon, Gloria returns with 2 steaming cups with some lemons, milk, and a plate of cookies on a tray. She places it on the coffee table and sits down. If you turn into the Oracle and go after this cookie, you'll forget about everything. I'm flipping the f*** out. As she does, she catches you staring at her posters. Of course I am. Of course you are what? Interested in movies. Isn't that what you were wondering? Well, yes. I mean, I know a lot of people in town are, but these posters are gorgeous. Some of them must be really rare. Quite rare, in fact, that one. She points to a poster across the room with 2 couples twirling merrily along a beach. Fort de Tango is emblazoned across the top in bold letters. Was only given out to cast members. I don't exactly know what it's worth, but my senses tell me the value is quite high. Your senses? An antiques roadshow? She pours some milk into her teacup and plucks a cookie off the plate. But if it were only to cast members, how did you even get it? You're dense, aren't you? You're cute, but you're dense. Why? I was in the film, obviously. You? Oh, yes. It was one of my earlier roles. So, you were an actress? No, she was a stagehand. She held a feather. Gloria nods and closes her eyes. She sticks a bony finger in the air and nods, remembering. Debbie, my character was called. The younger sister, quite the knave. They loved knaves back then. Anyway, that's me on the right. They put you on the poster. You should go on Antiques Roadshow. But that's a huge deal. Yes, I suppose so. Or at least it seemed like it at the time. Not to be rude, but why haven't I heard of you? I mean, if you were in all these movies... Oh, I wasn't in all of them, just a handful. Most of these were just films I loved from back in my day. All told, my career amounted to a smattering of bit parts, 3 major roles, and of course hundreds of regrets. Regrets? Sounds like you had a better career than I ever. Oh, I don't know about that. She pats your leg absently. Still, I suppose I thought I was something special at the time, which of course was my downfall. Sounds like she's Victoria 2.0. What do you mean? Gloria sighs and folds her hands in her lap. Wow, hair. This is a song we haven't heard for a while since Braidwood. You know how it feels to go from nothing to the toast of the town overnight. I do. Frankly, it's kind of terrifying. Ah, you had a better head on your shoulders than I did. Once I made it, as they say, I was absolutely dazzled. People would take my photograph on the street. Gossip columnists followed me around and asked who I was wearing. Everywhere I went, people showered me with gifts and praise. And I'm afraid to say I started to think I deserved it all, that I must somehow better than other people. Oh, Gloria. I stopped paying attention to the people I loved, the people who loved me. The only thing I cared about was getting more attention, more praise, more fame, and then it all came tumbling down. Are you a female version of Logan Paul? And like half of the high-up YouTubers? Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. That's the burning sound. I was afraid you were going to say that. I was just about to start filming my 4th major role. There was a party. There's always a party. But this night I enjoyed myself far too much. Really? I can't imagine that. And that's the problem with the young. They always think the only ones who have ever occupied the position. I just meant that you seem so calm and spiritual. It's hard to imagine you having a wild side. I was a different person then. A far worse one, frankly. Sorry, Gloria, but I'm not quite following. When I first arrived out here, I came with a friend. Best friend, actually. Her name was Laurel. Laurel O'Hara. Wait, that's the other name on your poster. Indeed. We landed our first major role together. We were always thick as thieves, went to auditions together, tried out as a duo. And it worked for us. We got the first part the minute we walked in. The director said we already seemed like sisters. When we landed another role and another, everything was going swimmingly. But I was becoming, let's say, impressed with myself. I started to want to break out on my own, prove I was a real star. So what happened at the party? There was a major director there. We were all dying to work with him, and I suppose I caught his eye. That night, I went home with him, and the next day I called Laurel and told her I was doing the film without her. She was devastated. But why? If you were so close, wouldn't she be happy for you? She would. If it hadn't meant canceling the next picture we had booked together. I put her out of a job and sliced her out of my life in one night. Once the director tired of me, the role evaporated, but it was too late. Laurel had already told the paper she was retiring, and she moved back to her hometown. And I was too proud to apologize for the way I'd acted. I never did, you know. You clearly feel bad about it. Why didn't you ever tell her? I read what she was going to say, and goddamn it hit me like a ton of bricks. There was an accident, a drunk driver on the road. There were so many back then. Laurel was killed on impact. After that night, I realized what had really been important all along, and I'd thrown her away. Oh, Gloria. You couldn't have known. I suppose that's true. The spirits only started visiting me in the 60s after all. What a sad story, Gloria. Yes, well, one of my own making. She gazes out over the room, a wistful look on her face. I suppose you're telling me all this because you think I'm acting like you did? No, dear. The spirits already confirmed to me you had nothing to do with those awful leaks. Well, that and overhearing us in chat, so shut up. Yeah, well, I wish the spirits could write blog posts. Matt, Tisha, Victoria, they all believe that I did. So don't let them. Sorry to break it to you, but I'm not that good at controlling people's thoughts. There are plenty of ways to lose a friendship. I, of course, chose to firebomb all of mine, but simply inattention is usually enough. You're saying I have to fight for my friendships? Show them that they really can count on me, with or without the movie. That does sound like rather a good place to start. Impulsively, you lean over to hug the old woman. She lets out a startled squeak. Thank you, Gloria. You helped me realize what really matters. Okay, you came from Iowa, you're as sweet as all hell, and you didn't realize this by now? You should always fight for your friends. No matter what. And yes. Even Victoria, who... you helped me realize what really matters. Isn't that nice? Really, though, you should be thanking the spirits. They're the ones who told me you'd been at home today. Stand up, suddenly energized. I'm going to save my friendships before it's too late. That's the spirit. And you cross to the door and spot the horde of paparazzi waiting outside. How am I going to let them know what they mean to me when I'm trapped here by the tabloids? Use the tabloids. Let me take care of that for you. I'll just tell Seth to be ready for you in the alley. She touches her hands, her temples frowning hard. Are you trying to speak to him telepathically? No, she's probably got a headache. No, dear, I'm trying to remember where I left my phone. God damn it! No, shut up, I didn't need to laugh. There it is. She taps out a text. What are you gonna do? Oh, you'll see. This old girl still has the dramatic flair in her. Ready? You have to find your own time to duck out. I guess so. Then, here goes nothing. Stay out of sight until you spot your moment. You head down to the building entrance. Gloria flings open the front door, puts a hand to her forehead, and lets out a wail. Martin! Oh, my poor dear Martin! You see a few paparazzi in the parking lot turn and frown at her. She stumbles away from the door in the direction opposite the alley. Gloria leans heavily on the railing, shaking with fake sobs, and peers at the parking lot. Suddenly, she raises an arm and points straight at one of the cameramen. You! I name you a murderer! Me? He looks around bewildered. You see the rest of the paparazzi staring at Gloria in curiosity. It's working. How could you take my Martin from me? He was the love of my life, you monster! You murderer! Lady, I've never killed anyone. She burst into theatrical sobs. Several paparazzi start taking photos of her. The paparazzo she singled out. Hey, the hell are you guys doing? You can't just go around taking photos of me without my consent. That... Oh, jeez. Murderer! She takes a few stumbling steps towards the parking lot. They're all focused on her now, unsure what to do. It was duck out the side, right? The alley? Yeah. Climb the steps to the mezzanine, peeking out a window to make sure the paparazzi are still focused on Gloria. They all seem to have moved towards the front entrance to see what's going on. Perfect. You open the door there, but it's a dead end. There's just a rickety fire escape. Here goes nothing. Take a deep breath. You start down the ladder, trying to make as little noise as possible. A few rungs from the bottom, but you lose your grip. Ah! You tumble to the ground in a heap. Luckily, you didn't fall far. Looks like everything's intact. Oh, you say that, but they won't be for later. You hear Gloria's wails reach a new pitch. Martin was the greatest lover in the world I had ever seen. He could turn my body into a tornado of ecstasy. Thanks for covering for me, Gloria. Not daring to look over your shoulder, you dash around the back of the building towards the alley. Phew, made it. You round the corner to find Seth waiting with his limo. Hey, Iowa, ready for the great escape? Ready as I'll ever be. Hurry before anyone spots you. Tucked inside, he slams the door, and hops up from front and lowers the divider. Thanks so much for being here. Of course, Gloria texted me that it was a red alert, and that she'd sick the spirit of a butcher with lifelong indigestion on me if I didn't show. She's persuasive, I'll give her that. So, where are we headed? To find my friends. I'm going to fight for them and prove I didn't do this, and make things right. You realize what's really important to you. Not fame or stardom, but your friends. But is it too late to win them back? Find out in the next chapter of Red Carpet Diaries. Murderer! Oh, Gloria, I love you so much. She is awesome. She actually brightens the shit out of this book. Are you communicating with this bitch? Oh, I'm looking for I'm trying to think of where my phone was. That's awesome. No, any family, any person who has been afflicted by a drunk driver, and lost someone they cared about, it's a thing that you will forever have to deal with. For me, I lost someone that I feel took my heart and my soul with them. And, Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Don't want to get emotional, even though I technically am right now going over it again. Anyway, whew. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Head down the description below. There's links to social media, our Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. It's greatly appreciated. And until next time, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.